Do 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 do. Not chat. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Blue Raven here, and today we are going to be targeting. There's targeted loot. So the targeted loot for the Viewpoint Museum is Unit Alloy, and you guys know the struggle bus I've been on trying to get this stupid holster as a proto for a while now. So that's our goal today. Let's see if we can get it. All right. I don't have any tokens right now. I spent them all trying to get. There was holsters in the stash yesterday, or in the merchant, I guess you could say, yesterday, and I spent all my tokens. So we got to start tier 1. We'll get up to tier 3s, and then we'll do some tier 3s, and hopefully by the time we're doing tier 3s, we can get that holster. This is a very straightforward mission. There's not a lot to it. The hardest part is the ambush part when you go to connect to the computer. When they come back, but it's really hard for the enemies to get behind you in this one. We're on tier 1, so I'm not that worried about it. I say that and then I get dropped. But we're not going to open any stash caches that we may find in here until we get to 3, because that's going to be our best chance to get protos out of the stashes, the caches in here. So like I can open that, but like there's a cache right here. It's right here at the end of this doorway. I think, if I'm thinking, I'm thinking of a different mission. Never mind. Or am I? No, it's here. Yeah, there's a cache right here. I'm not going to open that cache until we go to tier 3. And then we'll go do that. I got a fly. There's a fly down here. One fly. There's always one in there. There's always one. My friend might join me. He's playing Assassin's Creed, but he may join me to chit chat, talk sports. We talk gaming. We do a lot of different things. He's one of my good friends, so he may join us. Let's hit that. Take you out. So I want to do a video on this build that I currently have. I do have an alternate build for it, but I haven't really messed with it yet, so I don't know how good it's going to be. But I want to do a build because this, in my opinion, this is the best solo proto farming build in the game. For anybody who's a solo player who just doesn't want to, either you don't want to play in teams for whatever reason, you don't want to do group finder, or you don't have any friends that play and you kind of get on random hours and you kind of want to just play by yourself. This is the build for those guys. I do want to do a video on this build, so if that's something you guys wanted me to do, just let me know. I will go over it while we're playing this. Obviously, I'll go over the build I have. It's very straightforward, but there are a couple of pieces of the gear. One piece you can only get. You have to either know people, so you actually have to know other people to play with, who have access to this piece of gear, or you have to wait till stretch goals happen. So again, there's another cache here that we're going to leave alone until we get to 3, because we get a better chance of getting good loot out of it on 3 than 1. So we're leaving those alone for now. So yeah. After this run, I'll TLDR the build, and then I'll show you guys the what I was talking about by the alternate. There's one piece of gear that I do have an alternate for. There he is. I was just saying he might join. So, do 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 do. Always take out those turrets. This build is so much fun. It always does that. It's his internet. He'll be here, don't worry. It'll connect him here in a second. do 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 do. I'm gonna be right here, and then take these guys out from back here. Oh, I'm not even. I just realized which gun. I'm not even using my blue screen. I'm using my uh, headline grabber. I was like, wait, why do I have a sight on this? So yeah, I actually should be using blue screen because not everybody can get the headline grabber right now. So I'd rather use the weapon everybody can get. Also, if we do get it early enough, I may do the new classified mission today. I haven't done it yet. That fire rate is so much. It's so much better. The seasonal modifiers are kind of booty. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not impressed with them. So I think there's another loot cache in here. Yep. Yeah, leaving that alone. We get the Salvo early, and we can move on to maybe even playing Diablo. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of want to be like right here. Just stun these guys out of cover. So it'll either fix itself or there he is. There he is. Yeah, I can hear you. It's because you touch yourself at night. Did you break your headset? Did you break your headset? Did you order that code red, soldier? Did you break your headset? Did you nerd rage over Black Flag? You're good. Ah, there you. Yeah, I can hear you better now. Dongle wasn't pushed in all the way or something. That's what she said. So how's Black Flag? Yeah, I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy, so I couldn't tell you if they're good, if it's good or bad. I've never really played any. I'm streaming Division today because they got targeted loot. One of the gear sets that I'm missing a very crucial piece of gear, of prototype gear, that's targeted today. So last time it was targeted, I spent 5 hours streaming trying to get it and didn't get it. So let me get it this time. I got a question for you. Nick Wright, is that dude just like a troll bug, or does he actually believe the bullshit that comes out of his mouth? Yeah. Does he do that shit just so because he knows it pisses people off, or does he actually believe that shit? I've never agreed with him once on anything. But I've agreed with Stephen A on certain things. There's been certain times where I'm like, Stephen A's got a valid point. There's never been a moment where I'm like, yeah, Nick Wright's got a point. I think Nick Wright's an idiot. This man was on ESPN today, and he literally tried to... This man tried... Oh yeah, right. It shows ESPN on my YouTube for some reason, but yeah, you're right. It's Fox and whatever, Fox Sports or whatever. Anyways, he's on his show right with the other two guys, and he tried to make the claim, and neither guy even let him. They didn't go with him on it either. By the way, they were like, no, you can't just go off and say some stupid shit like that. He tried to make the claim that Mac Jones and let's see what's his name. Which, by the way, I like both of these quarterbacks just fine. Mac Jones is fine in his own right, right? It was Mac Jones and the Bucks quarterback. Uh, why am I drawing a blank on his name all of a sudden? Mayfield, Baker Mayfield. That Mac Jones and Baker Mayfield are both better than Brock Purdy. No, they're not. Neither one of them are better. First of all, Mac Jones is Brock Purdy's backup. Therefore, he's not better. So, listening to it, it was really stupid. But it made me think, okay, if I was to put together a top 10 list before the season starts, the top 10 quarterbacks in the league before the season starts, who would be in that list? And I wanted to see how good my list is. I put them out there. I'm not going to tell you the criteria in which I put this list together, but once you start naming, I think you'll figure it out very quickly of the top 10 that I put in there. But if you can get 6 out of 10, then I'll give you a pass on it. So, top 10 quarterbacks going into the season right now. Who do you think's the top 10? Who do you think I put as a list in the top 10? They don't have to be in the correct order either. If you give me a name, I'll tell you where if they're in the top 10, I'll tell you yes or no, and then I'll tell you where I put that person. Fair? Okay, so well, obviously I would put Brock Purdy in there. Brock Purdy is number 6. He's the 6th best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. Number 6. If that gives you any idea of. Patrick Mahomes is not in my top 10. Not in the top 10. Not right now. Not to start the season. No, he's not. Not this season. You're right. But nope, he's not in my top 10. Not my top 10. He is number 2. He is number 2 overall. So who would be the best quarterback if Lamar and Patrick aren't in there? Who's the best quarterback in the league then? That's kind of an obvious one to me. So you got 2. You got Matthew Stafford, you got Josh Allen, and you got Brock Purdy. That's 2 you've named so far out of the 10. So Sam Darnold is on the list. Sam Darnold made it at number 4. He's the 4th best. Matthew Stafford is the number 1 quarterback in the league right now. He's the fucking league MVP. How is he not the best quarterback in the league? You can't not put... I get it. But right now he is the league MVP. Meaning he's the best quarterback in the league. Right now. But I'm just saying, like when Lamar won the league MVP, he was the best. He didn't win a Super Bowl, but at that position, he was the best quarterback at that position for that year, for that season. Yes, I agree. So going into the next season, you have to keep that, proving that to keep that right. But going into that next season, he was the best quarterback going into that season. So yeah, so Matthew Stafford's number 1, Sam Darnold's number 4. So you got 4 quarterbacks. You got 4 of them. 4 of the 10. Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence is number 9. No, he's number 9. I said top 10. Top 10 quarterbacks. So you're getting him. You're pulling him in. He's number 9 on my list. He barely made it too. I didn't want to put him on the list. I honestly, but the other quarterbacks to choose from, I was like, yeah, I can't choose them over him. Baker Mayfield is not in the top 10. Nope. 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 You're missing some big names. Yeah, I like Baker Mayfield, but he did not make the top 10. He's a top. I would, if I was making like a top 20, he'd definitely be the top 20, obviously. But as far as like top 10, no, he's not a top 10 quarterback. Not right now. Yeah, my list. Well, I think anybody's list right now because shit, I'm about to die. He played ass last season, and he was hurt. I get it, but a lot of quarterbacks were hurt and still played better. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, like, a lot of quarterbacks were hurt last season, and they played better than him. Mac Jones played better than him. Mac Jones is on the list, by the way. Drake May is number 3. He is the number 3 overall quarterback on that list. So it goes. So far you have Matthew Stafford number 1, Josh Allen number 2, Drake May number 3, Sam Darnold number 4. You're missing 5. You have Brock Purdy at 6. You're missing 7, 8. You got 9 with Justin Herbert. So you're missing 5, 7, and 10. So you've gotten the list pretty much correct. You're only missing a few. So I'll give you the rest so you don't have to hurt your head. Number 5 is Bo Nix. Okay, for the Cowboys. Bo Nix for the Broncos. Broncos, right? Number 7. Yeah, so number 7. So just after Brock Purdy, number 7 is C.J. Stroud. And number 10 is the other one you missed was Caleb Williams. Now, do you know how I put this list together? Can you figure that out? How I put the list together based on these quarterbacks? Why Lamar Jackson isn't in there? Why Patrick Mahomes isn't part of that list? Why these quarterbacks are on the list but they weren't? It's a really stupid reason. I'll give you the hint. It's a really stupid reason. These are all quarterbacks that made the playoffs last season. I figured they're the best. They took their teams to the playoffs. So Aaron Rodgers would have made the list too. Aaron Rodgers could have made the list. Yes, Aaron Rodgers could have made the list, but I mean they had a 7-10 record. So Justin Herbert had a didn't the Steelers have like a 7 or 8 win season? Oh, okay. Well, either way, they had a 9-8 season. Yeah, but either way, they it wasn't like they were they limped into the playoffs. Like that's the same reason I didn't put Young on the list either, because they limped in too. No, I agree, but I'm just saying. Lamar Jackson was hurt all last season, and his team didn't make the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, even when Patrick Mahomes wasn't hurt, he played like shit last season. He wasn't playing very good last season before that. But I mean, you look at these teams like every single quarterback I just named outside of Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert could have won the Super Bowl had they gone to the Super Bowl. If the Rams beat the Seahawks, Matthew Stafford probably wins that Super Bowl. If the Patriots played like they had the whole postseason, I don't think the Seahawks beat them. They played a bad game. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking going into that game, but it was a bad played game by the Patriots. The Patriots were the far superior team in that game. If you replay that game 10 games, best of 10, the Patriots win that 9 out of 10 times. It was that one time because. Mm-hmm. Sure. 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 I would agree with you, but then I say Seahawks Broncos. That game was over in the first quarter. Mm, I don't know the way the Patriots played all postseason and pretty much the last like 8 games of the regular season. They're one of the best teams in the league. Period. Mm, mm. Yeah, but the 49ers, you can't, the 49ers are not a barometric. The 49ers limped into the playoffs with a fucking mash unit. Yeah, in that game, they should have lost that game. They should have lost that game. They should have lost that game. No, I agree, but I'm saying that like the Rams let that one go away. They so the Seahawks didn't win that game. The Rams lost that game. That's the difference. So the Rams, that was their game to win, and they lost it because of they lost the game. The Seahawks didn't win the game. The Seahawks won the game, yes, but I'm saying like the Seahawks didn't do everything to win a game. The Rams did enough to lose the game. Does that make sense? Like I think, and then like if you go with before Bo Nix breaks his ankle, right? Broncos in the Super Bowl would have been a really good fight, really hard matchup against the Seahawks. Yeah, Broncos. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, I think the Broncos were the better of those two teams, but I still think the AFC was the better division or the better conference last year. Because the only two really elite teams in the NFC you had last year were the Rams and the Seahawks. The Bears were getting their feet. The Bears are going to be a very dominant team this year. The Bears are going to be that they're going to dominate their division this year. I don't think Green Bay. I don't think Green Bay even beats them once this year. Uh, Yeah, but I think Caleb Williams is that good. I think Caleb Williams is that fucking good. I think he can. So this is my always been my argument when it comes to quarterbacks. Quarterbacks make good receivers great. It's not the other way around. Great wide receivers make bad quarterbacks look good. That's the difference. But good quarterbacks can make just mid-level wide receivers look like Jerry Rice. A great example of that is look at what was his name for the wide receiver for the Packers when Aaron Rodgers first started. That white kid, what was his name? Jordy Nelson. Look how good he looked with Green Bay. Then he goes and leaves Green Bay, and he doesn't put up any kind of numbers like that. An elite wide receiver doesn't matter where you go; he's going to put up those numbers. A great example of that is look at Mike Evans. Mike Evans has gone from shitty quarterbacks to Tom Brady to shitty quarterbacks to right. He's fluctuated his whole career, but he's maintained that he's an elite receiver regardless of the quarterback, right? I think Caleb Williams can make decent wide receivers elite because of his play, not the receivers. So I don't think the wide receivers in Chicago really matter that much because of how good I think Caleb Williams is, and that's a credit to Caleb Williams. And the Bears' defense is really solid too. They have a really good defense now. The Lions are in rebuild mode already. The Packers, is Micah Parsons healthy? That can he play this season? When is he going to be able to? When is he going to be eligible to play? There's a lot of questions for Green Bay. I think that division is going to solely be in charge of Chicago. I think Chicago runs the fucking table in that division. Your division, I again, yeah, but I'm saying right now, pre before the season starts. This is just a prediction, right? I'm not saying this is like biblical fact. I'm saying this is what I think. If the season was to end right now, before it even started, right now, as the roster sit right now, no injuries, nothing, I think the Bears take that division easily. Like your division, I think the Giants right now are the team in line to win that division. The sleeper team in your division is your Cowboys. I think your Cowboys are the team to watch out for. I think they have the ability to really make it a rough time for the Giants. I don't think the Commanders are going to be good, and I don't think the Eagles are going to be good. I think it's going to be between I was talking about. Sure. I think you're the sleeper team. I think you're a sleeper team. I think you're either going to. This is what I think about the Cowboys. I think you're going to either wholeheartedly win your division and you're going to be like a top runner for the number one seed, or you're not going to make the playoffs at all. I don't think there's a middle ground for the Cowboys. I think it's either you win 12, 13 games. I think you guys either win 12, 13 games and you're in fight for the number one seed, or you're an 8-9 team and you don't even make it. I just because here's what I was talking. I was talking to a buddy of mine who's a huge Cowboys fan like you, right? And he even agreed with me on this. I was like, if you want to talk about off-schedule plays, who's the best in the league at off-schedule plays? Patrick Mahomes is hands down probably the best. When he scrambles out of the pocket, he makes good things. It's like there's three quarterbacks I can name. It would be Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, and Brock Purdy. Those three quarterbacks are the best off-schedule quarterbacks in the league. They're really good at improvising when plays break down. Patrick Mahomes being the best of the three, but those are the three best at off-schedule plays. The best system quarterback in the league, the best quarterback in the league, where when you call a play, if that play is called perfectly and it's executed perfectly, this quarterback is going to never miss. He's going to hit it every time, is Dak Prescott. He's the best system quarterback in the league. It's not a knock on him. That's just his play style. He is the worst off-schedule play caller in the league. The worst. He makes the worst decisions when you get him out of the pocket. I don't know what this man's thinking when he scrambles, but he just goes. His head stops. His brain stops working. I don't know why he does that. But if you keep Dak inside the system, you keep him in the pocket, and he can hit CeeDee Lamb, and he can hit his receivers and stuff like that, and he can hit those plays inside the system. He's the best quarterback in the league. He's an MVP candidate every year. It's when he gets blitzed and he gets knocked out of the pocket is when he just starts making bad decisions. So, but I'm saying there is an exception to that. I just gave you well, actually, I'll give you four. Josh Allen's another off-schedule quarterback that makes really good decisions out of the pocket. So there are quarterbacks who can make good decisions. He doesn't make the best. I'm saying like the top three. The top three is Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray. Those three make great decisions when they're out of the pocket. Josh Allen would be number 4, right? He's not in that. So if they're S tier, he's an A tier, right? And again, I'm not knocking Dak Prescott for being a system quarterback, because if you were to take Dak Prescott and put him in San Francisco, he would be an MVP quarterback every season, because Kyle Shanahan would know how to keep him protected and keep him in a system that works for Dak Prescott. If you took Dak Prescott and you put him in Kansas City, Andy Reid would do the exact same thing. All of a sudden, Dak Prescott would be an MVP candidate, because these are head coaches who know how to take a quarterback. They're quarterback fucking gurus. They know how to take a quarterback and work it within their system and also work that quarterback to that quarterback's strengths. Kyle Shanahan's done it his whole career. He's turned trash into treasure every fucking year, it seems like. And Andy Reid has done that his whole career. You look at when he was with Philadelphia and everywhere else Andy Reid's been. He's taken quarterback. Now, I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is trash into treasure. But you got to wonder what Patrick Mahomes would look like without Andy Reid. I don't know if he's the same quarterback. I think Andy Reid really, it's like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. You get both of them and it works. For some reason, those certain combinations, they just work. Right now, Dak doesn't have that head coach to quarterback combination, and that's his biggest fault, is that he needs a structured quarterback or a structured head coach. Do you still have Mike McCarthy as your head coach? Who's your head coach now? Oh, Marty Schottenheimer. Oh, I don't know. Or Brian. Okay, I don't know. Has he ever head coached before? Okay, so I can't comment. Okay. Sure. His circle. Hmm. But I mean, you look at Matthew Stafford's. You look at Matthew Stafford career. Oh wait, hold on. This is I think I ate too much instant ramen. Somebody's commenting on my stream. Instant ramen. Ooh, I like top ramen, but instant ramen, that sounds like your guts are hurt. But like Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay were a match made in heaven. They go like peanut butter and jelly. They go together perfectly. That's why he's done so good with the Rams, is because the head coach is perfect for him. If Matthew Stafford was still with the Lions, and the Lions have had a lot of success, he's not. He never wins an MVP. That the head coach, what's his name? What's the head coach for the Lions? Teriyaki flavor. Yeah, Campbell. Dan Campbell. I don't think Dan Campbell understands quarterbacks. He's a defensive-minded coach. I thought he was a defensive. I thought he was a defense. Why do I always think he was defense? I thought he was defense. No, I thought he was like a defensive lineman. I could be wrong, but that's what I've always thought, because I've always thought he was defensive end. I don't know why. Teriyaki flavored. Ugh. I'm a beef and pork ramen guy myself. I'm a soup guy. I love soup. So ramen is a type of soup, and I love soup, man. Soup is my favorite type of food. Having soup belly is the best kind of feeling in the world. Tight end? Oh, okay. I don't know why I always thought he was a defensive end. He just looks like a defensive player. Like, you look at him, he just looks like he played fucking edge rusher or some shit. Like, he just looks like he's a big guy. And the way he talks, he sounds like a defensive guy. He sounds like he always reminds me of like Kid Norton Jr. Like, you ever listen to Kid Norton Jr. talk when he was coaching? That's kind of how Dan Campbell talks. I'm like, that's kind of, it's that generation. I think it's just that generation talks like that, and that's what I'm thinking of. But either way, I don't think Matthew Stafford gets anywhere near the success that he gets with the Rams, because I mean, you could argue, I mean, the Lions have had Amon-Ra St. Brown is an excellent wide receiver. He's on the same level as at least Cooper Kupp. I don't know if he's the same level as Puka Nacua, but definitely the same level as Cooper Kupp when he had like 3 good years with Cooper Kupp before Puka Nakua showed up. So I just don't think like I really do. I think a lot of times, especially system quarterbacks, it really comes down to is the head coach. Does who's your head coach, right? And I think that's been the biggest fault to Dak Prescott is he just hasn't had that head coach that can really mentor him and take him and go, look, we're going to win these games because of you. Mike McCarthy was washed. He's playing using the same playbook he used in Green Bay fucking 10 years prior still with the Cowboys. Like Aaron Rodgers was talking about that on the Bustin' with the Boys podcast like a year ago when he was talking about like he was like, yeah, they were calling plays that we were calling fucking 10 years ago. Like Mike McCarthy has no new fucking idea in his brain. Is he the offensive coordinator or what? Oh, he's Pittsburgh's head coach. Yeah. Yeah. He's just going to call the same fucking plays he's always called. And because defenses know that shit now, Pittsburgh's going to be trash, dude. I mean, they weren't really good to begin with, but they've always been known for their defense, not their offense anyways. Who do they got to maximize outside of Watt? That hurts. That hurts my teeth to just say that. He's washed too. He's washed too. He put too many miles in Seattle. Fucking, he had too many go routes with fucking Russell Wilson. His legs are so fucking cooked. Oh, I think he's sucking. I don't think he is. I think he's a shell of what he used to be. It's like there's a reason Deebo Samuel hasn't been signed to a team still. He's still a free agent because the 49ers put too many fucking miles on his legs. He got to Washington. They're like, oh, there's a reason San Francisco let him go. Yeah, DK. Ooh, that's like. I forgot that they did that they have DK. Ugh, it's like I don't know. It could go. It could be good for Aaron Rodgers to have back-to-back seasons with the same wide receiver. Need somebody. Yeah, but they could have easily picked up somebody like Christian Kirk, like the 49ers grabbed him. That's a good number two. That's a good slot receiver. He was up for grabs. I mean, there's a lot of moves they could have made to make that team better offensively. And you're going to stick with DK. And who's their number two? Right, who's their number two behind DK is my question. No, there's somebody else. There's another name behind DK. There's got to be a name behind DK. No, I know, but well, he's in contract disputes right now. Like he wants to be paid. He wants to be paid CD Lamb money, and he's not CD Lamb. That's his problem. That's his fucking problem. I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying, like, he's not the number one on that team. CD's the number one. You can't get paid number one money if you're not the number one. Michael Pittman Jr. is their number two. That's not that bad. I mean, he's getting up there in age now. How old is he? 28? Yeah, 28. He had a good year last year with the Colts. I get it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not all on DK. You do have a legitimate number two with Pittman. So it's not all on. And Aaron Rodgers, if Aaron Rodgers he says he's as healthy as he's been in 5 years, is what he said on what's his name show the other day. What's his name? Yeah, McAfee show. He said he's as healthy as he's been in like 5 years. Like he feels good, he feels healthy, he feels younger, he feels faster. So I mean, if he's not just blowing smoke up everybody's ass, we could see a resurgence of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think so, but it could happen. Stranger things have happened, but right now, after this, like I just don't like that division is up for grabs. If Burrow can play, dude, Deshaun Watson's still with the Browns. What the fuck is going on there? He can't even play. Like, what is he, their third string right now, and he's getting first string money still? I know, but he is not their starter. If anything, Sanders should be their starter. Yeah, I think Sanders should be their starter. I think you just put him, you trial by fire. You just let him. You build your whole team around Sanders. I mean, the kid showed a lot of fucking grit last season. A lot of grit. Sure. Who, Watson? Oh, oh yeah. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. No, I listen. I get the Sanders swag from his dad. You know, his dad being primetime and all. I get that, but that kid, trial by fire, man. That kid put out some hard. Like I have nothing but respect for that kid after watching what he went through last season. He got beat up. He was not ready for the NFL. There's a reason he dropped so far down the draft because other teams knew this kid is not ready for the NFL yet. And the Browns were like, we'll take a risk on it. And then they're forced to put him in the game, and you find out, oh, he really not quite there yet. He probably needs like another 2 years, to simmer under a really good QB to be. But he showed so much heart. I think you have to start him now. I think he showed enough. I think he showed enough where it's like you build a team around this kid now. He earned it. He fucking earned it. Yeah, that kid fucking earned it. That kid went through hell last season. The only other quarterback I've seen get beat up that bad is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, I felt so bad. It was like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I felt so bad for the. It was every game. It was every game. Oh my god, I felt so bad. It's like this kid's gonna quit playing football because of this. Like he's gonna fucking pull a fucking. Uh, That's what I say. He's gonna pull an Andrew Luck. He's gonna pull an Andrew Luck and fucking quit because I mean he's gonna PTSD of these fucking because I mean he was in the same division as Myles Garrett. He had to see Myles Garrett twice a year, and he was already getting fucked up. Like so outside of Joe Burrow, I've never seen another quarterback take a beating and get up like that. Like Shador Sanders did. So like the kid's got my vote, man. I don't care what happens the rest of his career. He did one season and got he I'll buy his fucking jersey. I don't care. Now, I'm not a Browns fan by any means, but I'll buy that kid's jersey. It's like mm-hmm. No, I agree. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're not. There's no money to be made in it. There's no money there. There's no money to be made there. That's the problem. There's money to be made in controversy and talking shit. There's no money in being real and taking care of these people, these players' mental well-being and shit. There's no money to be made there. All the money's in fucking talking shit and making these fucking these fucking having what's happened to Brandon Ayuk. I think Brandon Ayuk had a mental fucking crisis. I think that's what's happened with him. Now, the more I look at it, this kid had an insane injury, and I think the team didn't take care of him. From a knee injury. He doesn't want to play football anymore. He doesn't want to say that. He doesn't want to come out and say, I'm too scared to play football because he doesn't want to be thought of less of a man. But right now he's being called a clown and he's being fucking trashed on. If he would just come out and say, look, I fucked up my knee so bad that I have nightmares over this shit. I can't do this anymore. The whole narrative around him would change. The 49ers would start talking to him again. They bring him back in. They give him back his money. They wouldn't sue him. It would all go just fine for him. But he's being fucking weird about everything, and so everybody's ghosting him, and now he's becoming... And now I'm afraid for the guy because he's showing signs of trauma. Because why would you self-nuke your career, $130 million career, for no reason? There's got to be a reason behind it. He's not Antonio Brown. He's not that fucking crazy. I think he literally has CTE, but because he tore his ACL, his MCL, his PCL, fractured his kneecap, and fractured his femur. Like, he did substantial damage to that knee. Yeah. And nobody's and some people are starting to talk about that now. A lot some of the chats, some of the videos I'm watching are going, maybe it's not as clear cut as just Brandon Ayuk being arrogant and think he's going to the Commanders. He's just talking. Maybe he doesn't want to play anymore, and he's doing this because then now the realization is set in. Roger Goodell has put this out there now. He didn't specifically target Brandon Ayuk by this, but he said any player that's on the leave team for a team, which means you're part of the team, but you're not part of the team. You're on the leave. You have to go back to that team to get reinstated into the NFL. Okay? He has to go back to the 49ers, and the 49ers have to reinstate him so that he can be traded. He's publicly come out and said he will never step foot back in the 49ers facilities, talk to the coaches, or anything ever again. So he's never going to play football again. Because that's the criteria that has to be met. He has to go to that team. He doesn't have an agent. He fired his agent. Like, he's doing all these self-destructive things, and you're wondering why. And now it's like, I think that's what it is. He was mad about the Super Bowl, as he should have been. Kyle Shanahan should have used him more than he used Debo, but let the cards fall where they might. You got to be it's a team game. It's not an eye game. It's a team game. Shit happens. He was sour about that going into his contract year. Then he gets a bank. He gets paid. He's the highest paid at that position at that time. Highest paid wide receiver. He shows up to training camp late. He's doing shit like Antonio Brown, where he's wearing the wrong fucking uniforms and shit like that, doing stupid shit. Then he's out of shape to start the season. He plays like shit for 4 games and then gets his knee exploded. I think his career's done. I don't think he ever plays football again. Especially in the fact that his whole contact with the Commanders was Jaden Daniels, and now Jaden Daniels has unfriended him and unfollowed him. So, and the Commanders aren't going to touch him. It would be considered tampering right now. He's wearing fucking Commanders jerseys and shit, talking about, I'm going to Washington, and the 49ers can get that belt in October and shit like that. Now, if the Commanders sign him, it's considered tampering, and the Commanders are going to get suspensions and fines and all. They're not. He's untouchable now. No, I mean, there's teams that can sign him because then they wouldn't be considered tampering. But understand, he would get league minimum. Any team that's going to sign him, he's not going to get a paycheck. They're going to give you what, $1.5, $2 million on a 1-year prove it deal. You've been out since 2024. You didn't play all of last year. We're getting ready to start training camp, and you're still not ready to play. You still haven't even got medically cleared. You still haven't even got released from your current team. So there's literally no scenario where this kid plays football probably ever again. Now, the question is now the 49ers are trying to recoup their losses with him, and they're going to sue him. From what I understand is out of the $70 million he got from them, the 49ers can probably recoup about $18 million of it. It's about 18% of what he'll end up having to pay them back. But they don't. He doesn't even have to pay them back because they still owe him money over the next couple of years. They'll just take that money out of the money that they're going to pay him over the next couple of years, and they'll recoup their money that way. But no, but they have to go to court over it. Because if they don't, then he's contractually allowed to get the 20 or 30 million every year. And so the 49ers had to take it to court and say he hasn't been playing. And they got fucking video evidence of the guy saying he won't play for them. So a judge will side with the 49ers, and then they'll order a court order for him to pay back a certain amount of money over the next few years. And then the 49ers will just restructure it to take it out of the money that they were going to pay him. So basically, even if he was to get signed with another team, even if he got league minimum, he still wouldn't make any money because he would still be paying the 49ers back. So he's now fucking completely screwed when it comes to the NFL. Like, he'd be better off going playing soccer or baseball or something, just leaving the NFL altogether. Switching sports. Go play golf or something. I mean, golfers make the most money of any fucking athlete on the planet anyways. Isn't that crazy? No, golfers make way more money. Golfers make way fucking more money than any other athlete. I thought baseball too, but because you got to figure baseball players play 160 games a season, so you break that down to per game, and it's like, oh, they actually don't make as much money as you think. It's like they do make a shit ton of money, but the amount of games they have to play, it's like hockey players. Hockey players make a shit ton of money too, but they also play like 90 games. Whereas football players actually make insane money for the amount of games they actually only have to play. I mean, if you think about a team like a bad team, if you're on a bad team and you're a good player, you can make a shit ton of money and not play a lot of fucking football. One, you're only playing half a game, right? Unless you're that guy that they drafted last year that could play defense and offense. Yeah, unless you're that guy, which is stupid because if you're not getting paid as a wide receiver and as the defensive back, or right as a quarterback, if you're not getting paid for both, I would only play one. You better pay me as a wide receiver. You better give me a separate contract for a CB as well. If you're going to pay me as a CB, I'm only playing defense. If you want me as a wide receiver, you better pay me wide receiver money then. I'm not playing fucking both. You crazy? I hear you, but I'm just saying that's how my money would be. And my point to that, though, is when Deebo Samuel's contract, his rookie contract was done, and he signed his big deal with the 49ers, his 49er contract literally had two different pay structures. One pay structure was as wide receiver. His other pay structure was as a running back. He got two separate paychecks, essentially, from the 49ers. He was being paid for both positions. Like, because he said, if you want me to play in the backfield with Christian, I'll do that, but you're going to pay me as a running back. And if you want me as a wide receiver, you pay me as a wide receiver. You're gonna pay, or you can't pay me one and then make me do both. Right. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. With this guy, he's only getting paid as a defensive end right now because he's on a rookie contract right now. But when he goes into his actual contract, if he's as good as advertised and he can play both sides, yeah, I'd be like, no, you're going to pay me as a wide receiver and you're going to pay me as a DB. Or I'm just going to play one or the other. It's your choice. Because there will be a team that will pay me that. Or release me and get me a team that will pay me it. But, top 10 quarterbacks. So as we were saying, though. The list I did was based off the playoffs. These were all playoff teams, right? And so there was a couple teams that omitted, which was the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't make it. The Panthers didn't make it. And listen, I'm a huge Bryce Young fan too, by the way. That's what I'm saying. I omitted them from this list. These were teams that they made the playoffs, but they didn't make the top 10. Like the Steelers made the playoffs, but I didn't put Aaron Rodgers in the top 10. The Panthers made the playoffs, but I didn't put Bryce Young in there. And I like Bryce Young. Again, another quarterback where it was so cringy his first 2 years. Like, you were praying to God this kid didn't get decapitated on the fucking field. Because he's not much bigger than Kyler Murray. No, I mean, he's taller, but I'm saying he's not bigger. Like, he's a skinny dude. Like, he's not a quarterback. Like, you look at that it's just a build. Like, but they're bigger guys. Like, they're like you can be short, but like, yeah. But I'm saying like, Bryce Young's like what, 6'1", 150 pounds soaking wet. This kid is so skinny, dude. Like, you touch him and he's gonna explode. It feels like. But you look at, I got one fucking fly in my house and he keeps landing on me or my fucking TV. You look at quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford, 6'3", 230. Tom Brady was a great example of, like, that's a prototypical quarterback. 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", somewhere around there. Tom Brady's somewhere around that range. 230, 240, right? Peyton Manning. I just saw the funniest video. It was like a Monday night football, and Peyton's going to show how you're getting calls. Like, Eli's giving the call, the play, and the helmet, and Peyton's trying to go, okay, I got the call. And Eli keeps interrupting as he's trying to, he goes, will you shut? He takes the helmet off and goes, shut the fuck up. He gets so mad at Eli. Eli's fucking crying, laughing, because he gives him the play, and then he goes, but you got to watch out for the defense. He's like, I know what I'm doing. Peyton fucking Manning. I'm Eli Manning, bitch. We both won the same amount of Super Bowls. I arguably did it over a better quarterback, too. Because Eli beat Tom Brady. I get it. Quarterbacks don't beat quarterbacks, but, you know. Yeah, twice. Whereas Peyton beat, who'd he beat? Because he beat one with the Broncos. The Broncos, he played, yeah, the Panthers, right. Yeah. He won one with the Colts, one with the Broncos. The Broncos one was the special one for me because Vernon Davis was part of that team. I've always said that, like, that man earned a Super Bowl ring. He played his heart out for his whole career. He earned a fucking Super Bowl ring. But, if I had to reorder the list based on who I think is the best quarterback in that out of the 10, Matthew Stafford would not be number one. I put him as because he's the league MVP. If I had to pick, I would say healthiest. If they're all healthy, Josh Allen's the best quarterback on that list. Josh Allen makes bad receivers look really fucking good. But I'm like I said, I'm a 49ers fan, and I typically will never buy another team's jersey. Like, that's just not my thing. I bought in 2 other teams' jerseys in my life. I bought Alex Smith's Commanders jersey when he came back, because that is a fucking story and a half right there. That is a fucking story. That man almost had his leg amputated after his injury and refused to get it amputated, and ended up coming back and playing, and not even playing but winning in the NFL, which isn't easy to do. So I have a Washington Commanders jersey. That's a Alex Smith jersey, and then I have a Jerome Bettis jersey for the Rams. Mm-hmm. My dad's favorite team was the Rams, and when my dad passed, me and my brother were walking through the mall, and there was a jersey place, and they had a Bettis jersey, Rams Bettis jersey, just sitting up there, and I was like, after my dad passed, I was like, I'm getting that. So I'm not a Rams fan. I do root for the Rams when the 49ers get eliminated, though. They're the team I'll root for because it was my dad's team. And it's funny because my team is the 49ers, my dad's team is the Rams, and my mom's team is the Seahawks. I'm surprised my sister doesn't like the Cardinals. She doesn't watch football at all. Her and her husband. I don't think they just game and stuff. But if I had to pick the healthiest would be Josh Allen, and then it would probably be either Bo Nix or Drake May would be number 2. It'd be one of those two. I think they're so good. They're so young, so talented. I honestly wouldn't put it. I don't think I'd put Sam Darnold even in my top 10 if he didn't win the Super Bowl. If his team didn't just win the Super Bowl, I think they won it. I think Sam Darnold did just enough so he didn't lose the games for his team, because he just had to just distribute the ball. He was just he had an amazing running back and probably the best wide receiver last year with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Probably the best wide receiver in the league last year, right? Right. So Sam Darnold didn't have to do a ton. Sam Darnold just had to just get it to him. Like, I think that's going to be what's going to make Brock Purdy so good this year, is that a healthy Mike Evans, Purdy doesn't have to do as much. Mike Evans is always open. Even when Mike Evans is covered, Mike Evans is always fucking open. And if fucking his other big wide receiver, the one who got shot, he has a weird fucking. His name, it's a normal last name, but it's spelled weird, and so it's said weird. But he's the number 2 wide receiver, and then you got Christian Kirk as the number 3. But Mike Evans is 6'5". Okay. Again, even when he's covered, he's open and he's got a vertical. He's a basketball player. He's got an insane vertical, right? Their other wide receiver, like the one he's 6'6". So again, if these guys can stay healthy, Brock Purdy doesn't have to do a ton this season. These guys are going to make the plays for you. You also still have George Kittle. George Kittle's on par to come back week 1, which is crazy because he tore his fucking Achilles in the playoffs, and he's already saying, "I'm gonna be ready week 1." I'm like, damn. And you still have Christian McCaffrey, a healthy Christian McCaffrey. I mean, that's where I would put Purdy in the top 5 in quarterbacks. I would say like the top 3 right now would be Josh Allen, Drake May, and Bo Nix. Not in that particular order. Like, just those are the top 3. Number 4 would be probably C.J. Stroud. I think C.J. Stroud is probably the 4th best quarterback in the league right now. That kid is good. That kid's got some skill on him. He's got a fucking cannon. Oh my god, that kid's got an arm. His own head. But that kid's got a fucking cannon. Yeah, that kid's got a fucking arm. Like, he'd be a great baseball player. He'd be a good pitcher. I guarantee he throws a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I guarantee that kid can throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He could probably throw a 100-mile-an-hour slider, man. That's the kind of arm that kid has. So I'd say Purdy would be right behind C.J. Stroud. But and then if you're not taking the playoffs into consideration, then after that, then you would take Lamar and Patrick Mahomes after that, in my opinion. You can never count them out of any season. I mean, they're the two of the best quarterbacks in the league for a reason. The one thing I'll say about Lamar Jackson that I've always been happy that I was wrong about is that I initially said he is going to be a gimmick quarterback. He's going to be this mobile quarterback that doesn't really throw the ball that much. I'm so happy I was so wrong about that. That he's not a gimmick. He can run the ball, and he's really good at it. Yeah, very much slept on it. Very much slept on it. I'm the first one to admit, like, the guy can sling the fucking ball. Now, his decision-making is to be desired, but, like, his because he wants to run the ball first. When he gets out of the pocket, he doesn't really want to throw the ball. He wants to run the ball. But then when he decides I want to throw the ball, that's when it's like that's when he throws those bonehead interceptions. You're like, it's like sure, sure. No, I see it. I'm saying like a lot of times when he decides instead of running it when he should have clearly ran the football, he goes and tries to make a play and passing it. Like I can see I can throw the ball, and then that's when he throws those bonehead interceptions. You're like, Lamar, I wouldn't have thrown that ball. I would have ran it that time. Like, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but I'm like, there's certain times you're like, Lamar, you should have ran it that time. It's like the Green Bay Packers quarterback. He's another one who doesn't do good on off-schedule plays. Like in that playoff game where he threw the ball across his body, like 30 yards across the field. It's like, of course that ball's getting intercepted. Who the fuck throws that ball? Who the hell throws that? But again, hindsight always being 20/20. I haven't played football since I was in high school, so you know I can backseat quarterback that shit every day, but at the end of the day, these are all elite quarterbacks. Who's the worst starting quarterback in the league? There's a better question. Who's the absolute just worst? He's number 32 out of 32 out of the 32 teams. The worst quarterback starting right now. Because there's one. There's got to be one, right? Is it the Panther or not the Panthers, but the Falcons? Is it no, not the Falcons. I mean the Saints. That's what I was thinking of. Is it the Saints? Yeah, that's how bad he is. We've already forgot his name. Like that ginger kid. Oh. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Mm. I just got the piece of gear I've been looking for fucking 2 months. It just dropped as we were talking. In a lower tier too, in a tier that I was expecting to have to do the higher tiers to get it to drop, and it just dropped in a lower tier. It's called this. It's a holster for your gear set. It's called so one of the best non set gears in Division. So every gear has a set to it. Be it green, so green is a 4-piece set, and then yellows are just 3 pieces usually. But every piece of gear has a set to it. The best yellow set gear in the game is called the unit alloy set, and what makes it so good is it's oh, here, I'll tell you in a second. I'm just leaving this stuff real quick. So it's for ARs. ARs are the most powerful guns in Division. The ARs, I use an LMG build right now, but the ARs are hands down, they do the most damage in the game. What this set does is 1 piece gives you 5% fire rate, 2 pieces gives you 20% assault rifle damage, and 3 pieces gives you 50% magazine size. So for 3 pieces you get fire rate, damage, and bigger magazine, right? What I was searching for was the holster, specifically the named holster, because the named holster max rolls one stat attribute, which is fire rate. And if you get it protoed, so the normal fire rate is 5. It maxes at 5. But if you get it proto, it maxes at 7.5. So just 1 piece of unit alloy, just that piece, protoed, gives me 12% fire rate. 12.5%. Or no, 10.5%. Sorry. No, 12.5, because 7.5, 7, and 5. Yeah, so 12.5% fire rate. just one piece of gear put on my gear set, and my guts are going fat. They're shooting like crazy. So I've been trying to get that for a long time, and it just dropped just now. While you were talking, I was like, yes, let's go. Keep talking about Caleb. Fuck yeah. so I can go over to Diablo now after I do finish this round. Yeah, but is the Saints have the worst quarterback in the league right now? Is it the Saints? Who has the worst quarterback in the league? It's either them or Cleveland. Yeah, they had too many. I thought they had too many. I thought they had like 5 at one point in time. I thought because they drafted, when they drafted Shador, they also drafted another quarterback. So, yeah, and then they also had Deshaun Watson still. Man, what? Get fucking Robin Tux or what? What the fuck is he helping him with? Nasty motherfucker. I can't hate him. I can't hate him. If I could afford that kind of shot, I'd probably get it too. I'm kidding. Again, he didn't do technically anything illegal. I want to make that clear. A lot of people think he did something illegal. Yeah, I mean, technically, it's considered prostitution, but it's not, because it's actually an actual legitimate service with just something on the end of it. Yeah, or why didn't you actually go to a legitimate place that does that? Why did you go to an actual massage parlor and expect it? But I'm just saying, there's plenty of places out there that wouldn't have made any ways for him doing that. Yeah, no, I agree. You're the fucking face of a franchise. You're one of the faces of the NFL. Not just a franchise, but you're one of the faces of the fucking NFL, dude. You know who I think is going to become I think he's going to become a coach soon, and I think he might be an actually really good coach. Be it offensive coordinator, QB coach, whatever he decides to do, I think he's going to go into coaching soon. And that's Russell Wilson. I think he's going to be an amazing, especially if he's a quarterback coach. If he decides to be a quarterback coach, like, cause he's got to start somewhere, right? He's not going to be just an offensive coach, but oh, come on, dude. How many times I got to shoot you if you fucking die, dude? Damn. I'm surprised. There's another person I'm surprised hasn't become a coach yet. Is either Manning brother, Peyton or Eli. I would have figured. Peyton would have become a head coach by now. Yeah, I know, but I think you can hear when Peyton talks, like, he wants to coach. Like, you can almost, like, if he announced, like, next season, hey, I want to be a coach on a team, and he's not looking to be an offensive or quarterback. I want to be a head coach somewhere. You're not going to tell me there's not going to be a couple teams interested in taking Peyton Manning, or even Tom Brady for that matter. I think Tom Brady's going to do announcing for a couple years, get bored of that, and want to get back in the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady became a coach somewhere. Again, not a quarterback or offensive coach. I think they just go right into as a head coach. You know what, though? The Vikings are a pretty shitty quarterback situation right now, too. I mean, how good is Kyler Murray still? Is the question. He's been hurt so fucking much. We just don't know at this point. He definitely has a better offensive line in Minnesota than he did in Arizona. I will say that. I think his offensive line's probably a little bit better. Not much better, but it's better than what he was doing in fucking Arizona, where he's just running for his life every play. Yeah. Now, if they still had J.J. McCarthy as their starting quarterback, I'd say they had the worst QB. But is he even still with? Is he still with Minnesota? Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. Again, that's a more of a prove it kind of kid. Like he needs to prove that he is not as bad as his shit said it was. Because he played one really horrible season. Ooh, and I got a rifle. Let's go. You're not killing me. You're not killing me. Oh, you might kill me. You ain't killing me. I'm invincible, fools. Let's go. What the hell is a PDR? Oh, it's an assault rifle. Kind of like the Cherry Blossom. Okay. Nah, I'm good on that. Although, I'll take it anyways, because it is a... It can go with my Tinkerer build. What is this one? Ooh, I like that. Take that too. I'm not going to dismantle that either. Aaron Rodgers might be the worst quarterback in the league. This old ass. So I sent you a video. It was like Aaron Rodgers. They're making fun of Aaron Rodgers. Come back and they're like, "You're the oldest quarterback in the league." You know, it was like, it's like even though we had that fever dream of fucking what's his name for one game last year. Not Drew Brees. Yeah, Drew Brees. No, not is it Drew Brees? I'm thinking of. No, not Drew Brees. Chargers old quarterback. Mr. 50 fucking children. What's his name? The quarterback that used the old Chargers quarterback. Philip Rivers. Yeah, Philip Rivers. There was like time they were like, "You're so old, dude. Why are you still playing?" He was like, "A lot of quarterbacks played it for you." He goes, "Yeah, but one of them was like a fever dream." It's like a one-game fever dream. And then there's another question: how good are the Colts this year? Is what's his name going to come back fully healed and uh, um, Daniel Jones? Is Daniel Jones going to play like he did last season? I think he does. Quarterbacks are weird too because quarterbacks can take really bad injuries and they just kind of bounce back. It's different than any other position. Like other positions, because you don't have to do as much as a quarterback as far as movements and stuff like that. Like running backs getting knee injuries is like the worst thing you can have and happen to a running back because then they're always afraid that it's going to happen again. Same with wide receivers, right? Defensive players, it's more of their heads. They get concussions, they start getting worried. Quarterbacks is concussions. That's a big thing with quarterbacks. Tua Tunga is a great example of the man does not know how to not take a concussion. His last name should be concussion. His last name is concussion protocol. He said motherfucker is always in it. Oh, that one hit he took where he was throwing up gang signs afterwards. Oh. That's scary to watch. That fucking oof. It's like what was the one with the Steelers game that with the quarterback guy hitting the sideline? Even the fucking head coach was calling fucking team over. Like they knew that dude was destroyed on the sideline. It was during a Steelers game, and it was a I want to say it was a Dolphins quarterback. And he scrambled around and he was running towards the sideline and he got fucking creamed right in front of the head coach, the former head coach of the Steelers now. and they would instantly start waving, telling the Dolphins guys to get the fuck over there like right away. That dude was toast. What game was that? Now I gotta look it up. What is it? I want to say it's the Dolphins. Or maybe it was Tennessee? Let's see. No, not that one. What fucking one was it? Where they like even fucking uh hmm. Oh, there was one, two, couple years ago where there was like a sideline guy, just a guy on the sideline where his back was to the field, and the players got tackled into him. He broke his leg, and it was all gross. Like they showed that shit on replay. I was like, ew, huh? I don't like seeing broken legs, man. Broken bones gross me out, dude. This shit is nasty. No, I don't need that. I'd rather have the proto core over that. Same with that. I have to. People always bugging you. Tell me your back hurts. You don't want to answer it. Hey, leave me alone. My back hurts. And if they don't leave you alone, then they're not truly your friends. Who's all right? Who? All right. Here's another one for you. Season hasn't started yet. Best division of football right now. Before the season starts. Yeah, I agree. I can't. It's a set. That was a setup. I can't argue with that. I wanted to say the AFC West, but you have the Chargers and the fucking Raiders in that division. I mean, Jim Harbaugh has made bigger miracles, so I never want to count the Chargers out because they do have a hell of a head coach. But yeah, I mean, they made the playoffs last year. They didn't make the playoffs last year. Yeah, Justin Herbert's getting better. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Gotta put that in my stash. Finally got a salvo, and it rolled. The only downfall is it rolled weapon handling instead of crit. Like I would love to roll crit instead of weapon handling, but I don't feel like grinding anymore, so I'm gonna call it good on that one and switch to Diablo. That's what I'm gonna do. My dude looks so cool though. In Division. He's on fire. He's on fire. Sharon! 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 What? Sharon? Alright. Oh,